Well, good morning, everybody. It's Barb Katie here, or there, or everywhere. I'm not in West Virginia today. I'm up in Traverse City, Michigan, visiting some friends on a lake near Lake Michigan. And I'm having a wonderful, wonderful time kicking back and doing different while visiting my friends. And that's always an exciting thing to do. Uh, One of the things that I did while I was up here uh, was to go to a drumming class at one of the local senior centers. And it was such fun going in there and an interesting way to approach working out, quite different than some of the other things that I normally do. And I enjoyed it thoroughly. And that led me to think about doing different. We talk a lot about the fact that if you want to change your life, you have to make changes in your life, and change is uncomfortable sometimes, but you have to find your own path when you're working toward the changes you wish to make in your life. Uh, and how many times have you heard someone say about someone else, well, they march to the beat of their own drum? That phrase, I think, symbolizes individualism and nonconformity, implying that others do not necessarily influence us always in our thoughts or our actions. It's often associated with people we see as being independent, creative, and distinctive in the way they look at doing things. In short, these are people who, as the song says, do it my way. And that often is the best way to approach anything, because we are not cookie cutter copies of each other's. Each of us are individuals, and we need to use our individuality as we plot our journey through life. Key aspects of what this idiom means to me is it indicates actions motivated by personal preference or individualism. It's associated with independent thinking and, to a degree, nonconformity. And it's looking at things through a different lens. Often it's used to describe creative ways of looking at things, unique ways, uh, unconventional people that really go outside what is normally considered the usual expectation for somebody. It came, I would imagine, probably out of the military parades where people would march in time, stepping to drum beats. And in this context, it would mean like that individual is out of sync with the rest of the parade, going their own way. Hence their distinctiveness or their uniqueness. Very often we find ourselves doing this with people that we interact with all the time. They'll just say, well, there goes so-and-so marching to the beat of her own drum again, meaning that you can count on that person to always find a different path. But that is actually a really positive thing, to follow your own path, especially when it comes to this difficult journey we're on. You have to find your own path. You cannot use somebody else's model and necessarily expect the same results, because it may not fit you at all. Just in the very simplest of things, when it comes to food preferences, you may be totally different people, and what that person would choose to eat as wonderful meals would not be something that you would find palatable at all. So you don't want to, force yourself into following to the letter somebody else's description of how you should accomplish the mission you have set for yourself, even if your two missions are exactly the same. There are other ways of expressing this, of course. Follow your own path, do your own thing, go against the grain, break the mold, stand out from the crowd. They all basically mean march to the beat of your own drum. Um, I'm trying to think right now of some of the people I know and admire who do, in fact, march to that beat. Um, there is not necessarily one right or wrong way to do anything, though a lot of people think their way is the only way. And if you choose not to follow their way, then you perhaps need to take the highway. Um, that's counterproductive and it's judgmental and it's not helpful to someone struggling to find a path that works for them. When you are pursuing your passion, it may be something that your family really would prefer you not do. I know uh, my mother wanted me to be a teacher. That was her dream for me, but that was not where my passion was. And Mom and I struggled when I was in my first stages of choosing a career path because she did not want to let up her dream for me. And through time, we came to an understanding that I had to live my dream for me if I was to pursue my passion and to make the best use of my life. And my mom was okay with that. And in later years, she would say, I'm really glad I did not insist and force you into what I thought was going to be your best career path. It might not have uh, worked out well for you at all, and it might have made those who you would be trying to teach really miserable because you would be unhappy in that path that you had not chosen for yourself. Um, Living life on your own terms takes courage. Good for you if you have mustered up the courage to step out and say, I claim this for me. This is what makes me happiest. This brings me the most joy. I will respect you, but please respect me and my desire to live my best life. It's hard not to let people you love influence your decisions because most all the time we like to have the people we care most about happy about our life choices. But then again, if we allow them to influence us in a way that makes us unhappy, where is the benefit to each of us as we grow and try to develop into our best selves? Doing it the way everybody else does it means that a lot of things never would have been invented or even discovered. Somebody has to step outside the box and look at things differently and try something differently to allow us to continue to grow as individuals and as a group of people and as a society. It's okay to examine things in a different way, bearing in mind, certain societal demands and constraints that we always want to do no harm to our fellow travelers in the universe. We should have the freedom to explore. Having someone as your cheerleader, someone that says, I believe in you and your ability to make your own decisions that are best for you is so helpful. And that's the support that all of us need as we go through any journey, is someone that is in fact your cheerleader, who believes in you, who will be there for you when the going gets tough, who may not see that as the way they want to express themselves, but understands your need to do that. Whatever you might think would be a appropriate career pursuit for someone does not necessarily mean they have to embrace this or that they believe that is the best path for them. Uh, Circling back sometimes is a way that you can get around someone that's really adamant in insisting that you follow a pre-prescribed path that is not yours. Give them a little bit of time to think about what you have said rather than saying, well, I don't care what you think. I'm going to do it my way anyway and let the chips fall where that may be. That tends to be a little confrontational on it and not necessarily helpful if you're trying to get people to support you in your endeavors. So dare I say that being a little tactful sometimes goes a long, long way to softening the direction that you're going, which is sometimes a 180 to the direction they think you should be going. You can be a little rough around the edges when you're really passionate about something and you feel someone is getting in the way of the progress you want to make. In your own choice for your life. And people get a little defensive when they feel as if you're negating what they feel is only their best advice to you. My dad used to smile when he would be talking to me very seriously when I was a young adult, and he would say, well, okay, I've given you my worthless opinion now. And my dad's opinion was never worthless, and he knew that, and he knew I respected it. But he also gave me the freedom to understand that he would love me no less if I marched to the tune of my own drummer. And while I'm up here on a little mini vacation with my dear friends, I am getting to march to the tune of their drummer. And I am learning wonderful things of ways of doing different. I had never even thought about taking a drumming class until today. And it's something when I get back home, I actually think I'm going to pursue because it was a happy time. It brought me so much fun. And when I left there, I did not feel like I had worked out. I felt like I had really played with some wonderful new friends that I was looking forward to seeing again. So that was my thoughts for today, just based on where I am and what I'm up to. I hope your day stimulates your brain as well as your body and your taste buds, and that it is wonderful. And keep on celebrating who you are and keep on being you. I will talk to you later. Bye for now.